Hello, so today I'm going to show you my Nordhagen fish market. Um, I'm going to start in country crossing because I'm going to walk over there. It's kind of better, and also so I can talk about some other things first that I want to talk about while we travel. So I have really bad anxiety. It's really scary for me to put my voice out there and make myself heard. So I am smoking while doing this. It's simply to calm myself and to kind of um, help me through it. So I hope it doesn't bother you too much whenever I inhale and exhale, and sometimes you hear the lighter flick. I also have like I don't know anything about video editing or stuff like that, so I can't edit this video. It's all gonna have to be in one take, and it's probably gonna be pretty long because I'm gonna go through a lot of things in the settlement. This is not the one, of course. It's just county crossing. It's the one I'm gonna create next. But I thought I'll start here and I'll run to Nordhagen. So that's far, and I have other things I'm gonna take up before you get to my settlement. So let me just get my script out here. I wrote it in my little book. I'm gonna put it somewhere I can read it while I walk, and that should work. Okay, so first thing I want to get out of the way, just info about the save. It's a survival save, and it's played on my own custom difficulty, where I do 3 times as much damage to the enemy, but I take 7 times more damage than I normally would take. I believe it's 2.5 standard on survival, and I yanked it up to 7 because why the fuck not? Yeah, I want it to be difficult. What's so great about Fallout is that you can create it to be the game that you want it to be, and I like difficulty. I also use console, as you can see, because the console is really nice to get you out of janky situations. Sometimes a quest want to progress, and I've done that 3 times now, where the USS Constitution quest wouldn't progress at one point. I couldn't find Imogen, so I couldn't do the mental asylum quests, and the battle for Bunkle Hill was just constantly on. It was stuck that way, so I had to 3 times use console commands to progress in a quest. Also, a lot of times when you try to enter terminals, you just simply can't, and you'll just eternally kind of walk like this, like this, trying to get to it, and it just won't work. And what you do is type in this, you type TCL to turn collisions off, and then you'll get to the terminal. You can do whatever you do, you leave, and then you turn collisions on again. So you can actually um, use the terminal, and you don't have to log out of the game completely just to get out. Uh, as for my mod lists and mods I use, um, it's beyond it's beyond fucked. It shouldn't work. It's so janky, but somehow it just does. Also, I use mods for more enemies. One that's purely for more enemies, and one that's purely for more patrols. So sometimes there's a lot of enemies, which is why I'm also a level 162. And this is the perk chart if you just wanted to have a quick look. It's pretty much everything I want is filled out. The rest I don't actually need, and I'm just filling it out here and there. But everything I need, I have. Um, I also don't play without a companion, because with without a companion, you get this. When venturing without a companion, you take 30% less damage. That 30% is so important to be able to survive for me. And I don't really like playing with the followers as well, because of the custom difficulty. They literally just deal 0 damage, and they're kind of useless. It's the same with the settlement turrets, because the custom difficulty and the hard enemies, they're kind of useless. So here's the entrance to Nordhagen. You can see it's down there. It's gonna lag now as it's loading in, but it's completely normal. And I'm just gonna check if I'm actually recording, because yeah, I am recording. So yeah, so I'm gonna start here. I want to take look, to look through my script to see if I've forgotten anything that I want to take up before I go to the settlement. Yeah, so I'm gonna start here. This is a thing I like to do. This is just a bar here that's next to East City Downs, I think it is. East City Downs. This is one of the most heavily populated raider areas in the game, and what I've done, and I like to do this, is I made like this hideout here. You see the traps? I put them out through Workbench Anywhere, and I just like made this little like outpost up here uh, for whenever this needs to be cleared or enemies here are there. So it's really nice. Like I recommend you guys also do this. It's really fun. You can just make find a place and you just make like this little camp there basically, which is what I've done. You make a little camp. And I also like covered up the windows here so these can be shot through. I put up sandbags here for defense. It doesn't do much, but I think it just adds to the overall feeling of the game, and you do these kind of small things. Put up these traps so they make noises when they go through. So yeah, let's get to the settlement, the thing that you actually want to see. This is Nordhagen Beach that I have created. I based it around the fact that I wanted a few things. I wanted to work with a few things. I wanted to work with a bunker, which is in Snappy House Kit, I believe, maybe, or in the Homemaker. I wanted to work with a prefab cafe. I wanted to work with airplane hulls and fishing, and I thought that's a very nice theme for Nordhagen. A tip I have for I have written down, let's see, 15 tips on the script for tips and tricks that you can use to create your settlement. The first three are very, very simple. I'm gonna go into it right here before we go on. Use your surroundings. So Nordhagen Beach is, well, it's a beach. It's located right next to the airport, right next to a two huge raider territories and a huge super mutant territory. So I wanted to integrate that into the settlement, which is how I came up with the airplane idea. And you see there's an airplane there, and there's one at the entrance, which we'll get to here. There's the entrance. So the idea is that when the airplane crashed, the tail part hit here, and then the rest of the front just flew into the beach and got sunk into there. So I thought that's a great idea, like for the entrance, the back of the hull crashed here, that's the entrance, and the front hull crashed, stopped down at the beach. It's kind of like almost a story almost of what has happened here. So this is it's so much. Just give me a second to use your surroundings. So what's also here is the Brotherhood of Steel, and in my lore universe, the Minutemen has destroyed the Institute. We became very popular in the Commonwealth and gained widespread support, lots of new recruits. This forced the Brotherhood of Steel to come to the negotiation table with us, and together we created the Nordhagen Pact, which was done right there in that room, which is provided to us by the Brotherhood of Steel. It's my office, where I do all the official Minutemen work. The pact the Brotherhood of Steel and Minutemen made was called the Nordhagen Pact. It's very simple. Every bit of technology found in the Commonwealth is shared between them. The Brotherhood does not have to share the technology they have from before, but everything in the Commonwealth has to be shared between us. And the helping part between us is very simple. Minutemen provide food, water, and we have lots of willing soldiers. While the Brotherhood of Steel has the technology, the ammunition, and the equipment. The power armors, for example, come very in handy when building in the lore universe, if you imagine that, where the use of the power armor can lift much more than the normal person. So that's kind of the deal that was made between us. and that's why you know I used inspiration around this. Right, the Pridwen is right there, so of course this is the nice place. There's also a huge radio station here, made to amplify signals transmitted by the Minutemen and the Brotherhood of Steel. We have this ammunition creating bunker that the Brotherhood of Steel and Minutemen have co-created to create ammunition for the Minutemen, as well as a weapon shop where we have a Brotherhood of Steel scribe working. I think it's called scribe. But yeah, it's a Brotherhood of Steel person working the shop, because the Brotherhood of Steel are selling lots of their weapons here, so does us, to provide income for us both. As for this part, before I get into, like, I'm just gonna go through the outside before I go to the inside. I wanted this to actually have 2 floors, but the Brotherhood of Steel thing does not snap on a 2nd floor. And twice I went through and tried to freehand it, but from one angle or another there was always something that was off. So I just in the end gave up and just put a prefab up there, because this was the part I did the last, and the settlement was already so low on the FPS that I put a prefab up here, and like I said, we'll get to this. Over here, it was quite hard to build outside the settlement to make this junk wall because of the settlement limits. And these prefabs here, as you can see, are really hard to work with because sometimes it moves. The houses actually move. I don't know how, I don't know why. It just sometimes happens. I can't explain it. It's so annoying. So I had to fix it once, and as you can see, I forgot one thing, but I honestly can't be bothered. Over here, we got what I call the super mutant wall. This wall is designed to keep the super mutants at Fort Strong at bay. So when I used, like I said, use your surrounding, it's very simple. Like, there's super mutants over there, we gotta protect from them. We have a specialized Minuteman sniper and a non-Minuteman soldier that are set up here to only deal with the super mutants, as well as a huge container wall and spikes, so they can't climb over, they can't assault the place. So this is a wall. Over here, this wall is specifically designed to deal with the super mutants. And over here, there's so much jank they simply just can't climb over. So use your surroundings. Use your surroundings to what they are, to improve your settlement and make it look more realistic and lived in, like it's a real place. So let's get to the entrance, and I'll look at the script before we go in. So looking at the script now. The entrance is very important to every settlement, in my opinion. It's almost the most important thing, because with the entrance you're supposed to set the stage, the feeling of the place. You know what it is. The entrance is so important for this. Is it a military installation? Is it a settlement? Is it a city? You have to make it immediately understandable, like, boom, this is what it is. And as you can see here, it's quite simple. You see immediately what it is. It's a fishing community. You see it immediately.
How's that leg?
You immediately see that this is a place where they deal with fishing, which is kind of the point, because it's based around the fish market, the airplane fuselage, the bunker, and a cafe or bar if you want. So I feel like we're done with the outside now. I haven't really done much defense here because it's not needed. The raiders at Libertalia are so far away, if anyone comes here, it'll easily be spotted. So other than the defenses here, which is at the bunker, I don't really have any defenses pointing this way. It's unnecessary, in my opinion. So airplane seats, you can see here. I've reused a lot of them because of the to ruin the airplane pieces. Here's a guard. He's a normal Minuteman soldier. They are equipped with a Lee Enfield and a light combat armor with a Minuteman uniform and a hat. Very simple soldiers. So over here we see the Nordhagen fish market. This is the best fish in the Commonwealth, where it's kind of built around. Everything is built around the Nordhagen fish market. As for all this grass, I have put it out myself, every single piece. Maybe they cost 1 fertilizer, and I used maybe 2,000 to 3,000 fertilizers. They are 100% the main reason why this settlement is so laggy, but also the probably thing I love the most about the settlement is all the grass. Now this is the prefab cafe I was talking about that I wanted to work with. It's so hard to get these to fit because there's so much grass that's sticking around everywhere, and then they're set on this concrete platform, and sometimes, like for me, when I put it so the grass wasn't sticking through the floor, the foundation was so high it looked stupid and ridiculous. So what this thing is built on is actually a homemade foundation, if you'd like, of using farm plots from Homemaker. There are certain farm plots that are put into the game, and you can use them as a resource through Homemaker. So with them, I built like a platform of dirt, so I could place this on, and I built around the platform with the wood you see here, so you can't see it, and the wood floor over there, so again you can't see it. And that's what makes it, like, in my opinion, fit so well in, is because I spent so much time on the grass, the platform, and then building upon the platform around it, so it looks so natural in what it is. And I'm really proud of the way I managed to make this prefab cafe fit in to the whole thing. Over here, there's a gardener. He's a Minuteman soldier that's paid for just to go around and keep the place from growing over, because there's a lot of grass here, and of course just going outside, getting farming equipment and such is why he's a soldier. In here, I have 2 brewers that are supposed to work, just creating a booze shack. There's tons of bottles that are placed around here. It's supposed to look like, okay, they actually work here. There's a hot plate, a cooker on it, a weight. And here, this is where the distilleries, they live. They live here in this bus. This is a booze shack where we create all the drinks for the bar. We're going to the fish market, but first I'm going to go up to the diner. This is where you go up to the cafe, diner, bar, whatever you want to call it. Over here is where they make the food for the bar, cook it. There's one cooking fish, meat, sorry, there's one that's cooking it. And there's just a guard post. I want to do a little bit more in here. I just haven't decided yet what actually is going to be in here. I'm actually considering making it a little bit bigger, maybe.
You gotta take things one day at a time.
Have a turret here, but I'm not sure. Here's the bar itself. Use these bar doors here. They're really cool and they fit in well. But it's the airplane seats, because I reused the theme of the airplane, you know, to make these little booths here. There's some diner booths that they have dragged here. 2 benches from a subway, or in my opinion a bus that they have dragged here. But I have the Minuteman propaganda, of course. And here's the guy working here. Again, the booze and the food provided for by there and there from the bus. Upstairs is a chemist or chem dealer. This house is a lodging upstairs for the people that come here and make deals and buy fish. They can pay to live here instead of the free public housing we have provided in Container City. And now I'll mention something, which is that one of the tips I used: use your FPS budget wisely. In Fallout, that is PC, the problem isn't the budget of the settlement, it's that essentially your resource is your FPS. That's what you trade. It's not a settlement budget. You trade your FPS. You have to figure out what you're comfortable with playing at, and you have to be careful with clutter. So for these rooms, for example, they aren't that decorated. I've used a prefab bed table, 2 prefab book holders, bed, and a chair there. And you can see in here, I used a prefabricated desk, prefabricated bookshelf, bed, and it's the same in all these rooms. It's not much, because they're not really the highlight of the settlement. You just need to look a little bit like what they are, and they do. Here is the chem dealer. She is working here. This is her room. It's only, and she goes through there. I like this of hanging up upstairs. And this is the part that's sticking through the wall, by the way. I haven't bothered to fix that. So I was so scared of the thing moving again. As for the science, it was much more science before, but when I looked at it, it's like, oh, it's too much. I felt like I did way too much. So I scaled it a little bit back. Trash cans here, of course. We'll actually go up here because this is the only way to get there. This is here is the barber and a dentist. That's the idea. This is a barber and a dentist. Because it's one of the few places in the Commonwealth that has a dentist. And this is the barber, and here is the dentist that's working. He's supposed to work here. So that's the idea of this place. It's like a dentist and a barber. Over here is the guard post itself.
Hi, how are you?
Since they're already stationed here, they need a radio, of course, to be able to communicate with the other posts, a terminal for filing reports of what happens, and yeah. So as you can see, this guy has a normal Minuteman hat. She has this, because this settler is a Minuteman sniper.
I'd like to trade some items.
I have created 3 prefabricated class of snipers. One of them is sniper. They use a Minuteman sniper Mosin, which I renamed it to. So I renamed all of this equipment. So she's a specialized sniper, and he is just a normal Minuteman soldier. They get supplied. Fucking let me.
I just want to trade a few things.
Sure thing.
They use a Lee Enfield and a 3-round. So the Enfield is like the standard weapons. Like I even have one myself always with me because it's so ammo efficient on survival. I also use a double shotgun for the same reason, which has been tweaked. I really recommend a mod to tweak the dual barrel shotgun. The difference between the dual barrel and the combat barrel now becomes that the combat barrel the combat shotgun is very good at spraying and praying close range. This one is longer range. It's very low spread, and it's explosive rounds. This is probably the weapon I have the most kills with. Also, because you have 2 shots, you got to plan out every single shot, right? So you naturally, by using it, you are more ammo efficient. Because you can't carry that much ammo on survival. It's a little tip. Here's the fish market. I'll just take a break here, let you absorb it a little bit, and then we'll look at the script, you know. Yeah, I forgot something about the no, I didn't. I gotta calm down a little bit because I'm so nervous right now. Where am I? I'm at the fishing market. So there are a lot of first of all, you can have a fishing. There are these. Okay, I'm gonna show you these.
Remember the last time I had
They are not up here. They are down there. But there is a thing you can put out that I believe is in the game, which is a fishing filling station, where they create food by filleting fish. And that's kind of the thing that can make it so you can base our settlement around fishing, because there's no farming around here, because everything is fishing. That's how the settlement gets its food. It's all fishing. Originally I had another counter, but I didn't think it fit, and I used this, but it has a store because the biggest version of the thematical and practical trading emporium stores, the best version of the general store is this. She's a general trader because I have the restaurant in there, but you know, she sells the fish. I'm quite happy with how this turned out, with all the nautical clutter and the fish. Like it's a lot of clutter, but I'm riding a very fine line with the clutter, because it's just about not too much, and it's just about so you can't see that there are multiples of the same. But yeah, here's there's supposed to be a guy working here filling fish, but he's not here.
Pretty good
she's
lately.
checking the fish quality. I'm very happy with how the fish market turned out. I can like walk around, look at all the fish. The only thing that kind of annoys me is that this does not look appetizing.
I'm so ready to put this place behind me.
Neither does this. Yeah, I believe you're in the fish market. Some of these do not look good in my opinion, but I use them for a variety. So yeah, I really like this fish market. And if we go over here, here's one of the things you can add to any settlement. It's called a storage area. Every settlement, in my opinion, needs a storage area of some size. For here, in the blue barrels here and stuff, there's lots of purified water, and there's water bottles in here. In there, there's some fish that's fermenting, and just different stuff around the garage. There's a settler here that's decided he's gonna fucking remake a bicycle. He's gonna make it work. He's not, but he's gonna try. I guess 2 engines. And there's a tannery here just for general hunting stuff. So hunters that are usually come by here a lot because of this. This is the container city, as I call it. It's free public housing that the Minutemen set up here for the settlers instead of the scrap houses. Very simple. Didn't go overboard on the clutter here. I didn't want to save the FPS, but you get a couch of some sort, a bed of some sort, and a dresser for your clothes, and a curtain that you can close it with. And there's two floors to container city, and they all look the same. And then there's the windmills there, which I really like the look of it. Like the wind is coming in from there, and they're catching the wind. Over here is the bathhouse. We're talking about really shit. This is really shit. Really important. You have this in all the settlements. This is where they shit. I'm gonna just look at the script now and calm down a little bit. Take a breather. Gotta do it in one take. One of the tips are written down, also that I can take up now, is use your location to its strengths. And I'm going to use 2 very simple examples now. So Nordhagen Beach, it's a beach, it's by the water. It makes a lot of sense that it is a fishing community, right? And for me, a Brotherhood of Steel thing where we communicate with the Brotherhood of Steel because the Pridon is right here. And another one is, for example, Abernathy Farm. It makes complete sense that this would just be a huge farm and nothing more. You build some military barracks and some defense towers, and then it's just a farm. You have some Brahmin there, and it's the one I'm going to make after the county crossing. Is I'm going to go there and just make a huge farm run by the Abernathys for me. So use like a location to its strengths. What is it? Like for me, also Outpost Simunja, it's there. It's far up into the north. It's very hard to get there. It's in this little, almost like a cove crater. So I built a military installation with walls all around the crater at Outpost Simunja. For it's an information hub for the Brotherhood of Steel and the railroad. The railroad in my universe has essentially become the kind of intel side of the Minutemen. And then I got the manor I'm also currently working on, which is my personal place. I have a courser, like every courser I kill, I've taken their uniform and weapon, and it's hanged up around the house. Everyone can see all the coursers I killed, and because it's a manor, so why not just make it my personal location? So use a location for its strengths and what it is, and don't try to like force something. Like if you want to make a fishing place, Nordhagen Beach and Taffington Boathouse, that's perfect. That makes complete sense. You can even maybe go Somerville Place, as they're quite near the water, or get towards Marina. And like if you want to make a huge farming hub, for example, Somerville Place makes sense because a farm there. Abernathy Farm makes sense, of course, because it's a farming area. 10 Pines Bluff has a lot of potential as a farming place, for example. And like County Crossing, what I'm going to use with that is that it's such a central hub, right? It's so central. You got the Nordhagen Beach on here, you got my manor up here, you got the slug up here, you got the Great Up Nursery here, the Bunker Hill here, and everything crosses by here. So very simple. For me, it's going to be like a crossing, exactly what it is. It's a place where travelers and Minutemen stop by. It's very few people are going to live there. It's going to be a lot of settlers, but they're all just stopping by, or there's going to be a Minutemen barracks there, of course, for the Minutemen. with fuel, ammunition, and weapons for traveling Minutemen that comes by, and it's essentially just supposed to be like this travel hub where people just go by. You want to get to Bunker Hill and you live up north, you gotta go by County Crossing. You want to go north from Bunker Hill, you gotta get by County Crossing, for example. For me, Oberland Station is the same. It's gonna be a huge market and a crossing station for getting to Diamond City. Because I'm gonna make it same with the Grey Garden, got Oberland, and then down here below Oberland, and I have made I'm gonna make a defensive outpost for a Minuteman. And this is another thing I like to do. With workbench anywhere, you can put out workbench anywhere, and I like to make these small little outposts. There is one here that's looking at the bridge for a Minuteman. There is going to be one here, for example, because there's a very nice place to travel to and from Minuteman City with, to Diamond City with. So use a location to its strengths, and base if you're whatever thought process or whatever the way you get inspiration to make a settlement. There's many, it's different for me too. If you like, for example, you want to create something that is with fishing, then this is very, very basic, but this goes with anything. I'm just using fishing as an example because there's so many things you can base a settlement on. You can base it on anything, but if you want to make it about fishing, for example, then you choose a beach or somewhere with water. So that's something to keep in mind when you're building. Like, don't force a settlement to be something it really isn't. That's one of the tips I wrote down that I wanted to leave you with. Let's see if there's anything else before I go into this area. So, one of the tips I'm going to start by saying before we go here is that jankiness is okay. It's okay if it clips. It's okay if it's janky, because it's the overall idea and the feeling of the place that you want to capture. Like, it's the overall feeling and idea that you want to capture that counts.
Hello.
So here I've had a lot of issues working with this airplane fuselage. By the front end, the other end is the entrance. It crashed. The back end got lodged in there, the front went through and crashed in here. The airplane is so janky to work with, and many times, at least 3 times, the whole thing has moved and I had to reposition everything again and again. So the result is that there are things sticking to the roof, and I'm too scared to work it to move it. But it's fine for me. Jankiness is fine because look at what happens when you walk in. Look at this place. It's the idea, it's the feeling I have captured of this place that counts. This is where they fillet the fish. See, there's a fillet fish station here, there's a person working here at night, a little overtime. We have an entrance over here to the boat, so I made a little here.
You hear about that farm run by ghouls?
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
And yeah, it's the feeling and idea that you want to capture that matters. It's not that it looks perfect. It's never going to be perfect. And there's always things when you go through and you make a settlement, you go to the next, and you go back to the first one, and you're like, oh, I got to do this and this here. It always happens. But just when you first think it's perfect, just leave it be, because it is perfect then. It actually is perfect. Because if it once was perfect, it's always going to be perfect. Don't bother go back and change lots of things. But anyways. Here's really fish. It's on an airplane wing that we have we reused it and lodged it in here with a platform where they fish.
If you work
and
simple as that.
Back here, I haven't really done anything. I just put some nets out, and then up here there's either nothing, because like I said, I'm too scared to work on this settlement because this airplane fuselage. Because it just keeps moving, and it's probably some weird mod jankiness. So I have 130 mods installed, so it's probably from something like that. This is the way it looks at night. Like this from night, it's really, really beautiful. I'm gonna go and sleep, and then so it's day, and then we'll get like see it at night at the end. I think is it, this is the one. Why did I sleep for 1 hour? 13 hours. Another thing I want to bring up is that it's completely okay to copy or take inspiration from others in this server. I have done it many times myself. It's completely fine. Do it. Just go do it. It's fine. Some people are kind of like, there'll always be those people that will say, "Oh, you copied that from this YouTuber, you did that from this." Whatever. Don't give a fuck. It's your settlement. Make it how you want it to be. I've taken lots of inspiration and copied many times to make this. It's all part of the huge process. So just ignore the hate. Just take inspiration and copy others. It's completely fine. It's completely fine. And another thing I wanted to bring up is one of the most important things is to be patient. It's really important. Don't rush things. Really take your time to look through the items to see that you fit something that fits perfectly to what you're going for. Like for me, I had the idea of a barber, and I also had the idea that at some time I wanted to make a dentist at a place. I literally go through, I find a sign that says barber and dentist. How fucking perfect isn't that? I'll just make the dentist here. So take your time to really get to know the items and what you have in your mods, and really take your time in placing out. The bunker that we'll get to, that's over there, and the cafe, I literally spent somewhere between 2 to 4 hours just to be happy with their placement. And for the cafe and the Brotherhood of Steel office I have, I needed to create a completely new ground from the ground up through the use of smart placement of walls and the farming plot. So be patient. And another thing is, it's completely okay to start over. Countless times, I don't know how many, I moved things with the house, I changed the location, I tore down what I built and built it up again, and in the end, it was 100% worth it. I'm so happy with the way it's integrated into the settlement, the house, and how natural it looks. Like, it looks like it's been here since always. Like, even the little thing on that, I put that there. The thing on the light pole, it's electricity pole, I put that there. So spend time. It's a little details that makes a settlement great, in my opinion. It's a little detail. So take your time and just be patient. I spent 30 hours on this settlement. 30 hours. This save has 6 days of game time. 1 day of the whole game time was spent just building this place. This Outpost Simunja I probably spent 20 hours max on, because it came much more naturally to me what I wanted to do there. But here I wanted to make something with the prefab, I wanted to integrate the bunker, I wanted to use the airplane fuselage, I wanted to do something with fishing. And this was the place that I thought, okay, this is the one that fits all of those. It's Nordhagen Beach. There's Fort Strong, so over there, so it makes sense that it's a bunker here. There's a cafe, because if it's a bunker there, then maybe there was some sort of like settlement here, or just a little thing here for people to stop by and go to the beach and such next to the bunker, because it's a beautiful beach. And then there's a Brotherhood of Steel thing, because the Pridwen is there, so the lore connection to my Minuteman is perfect. And then the airplane fuselage is next to the airport, and the fishing is, there's water. Like, the settlement to what I wanted it to be and what I wanted to work with was perfect, and I spent a lot of time choosing which settlement I wanted to build everything at. Theoretically, for example, an airplane can crash anywhere. But this is one that made the most sense to me. It came in for landing or something during the bombs. It crashed there, the back end fell off there, and the front just poof, flew over there and lodged into the dirt. It makes complete sense in my opinion, which is why I put the entrance there with the fuselage there and the front of the airplane there. Another thing is to be random. There are wood floors, for example. But there are multiple different wood floors. You just go through it and see what you have and get to know it, like I have, and this randomness will be much easier. But be random is my point. It makes very little sense why two walls to be exactly the same next to each other. For example, you know, I'm guilty of myself. There are places in the settlement where two walls next to each other, but when I do something on the outside to like try to cover it up, like I have done here, these two are the same walls, but it looks okay because I covered up with some netting there that's hanging. Use the vines. You can make it work like that also. To your favorite. Make your own lore and use it as settlement inspiration. Because you know, that's the thing I told you about the Nordhagen Pact in the start, for example, the deal with the Minutemen World of Steel. You can make your own lore and make your settlement about it. You get a lot of inspiration from that. Also, when you create your own lore and your own world. And a great way to also create your own lore and make it feel very immersive and keep track of it is a journal mod. I'm not going to go into it now because it's so messy. I'm going to delete everything and start from the bottom up again, because you can use this very nicely, even to like, oh, I'm going to go here, I'm going to do this, and I write it down into the journal. It's how I've managed to be quite efficient with how I do everything. So you can use this journal to like add a lot of like realness to the lore that you create, and have it written down somewhere so it's kind of like real. I have one that's the standard document in there that's called the standardized Minuteman soldiers. There's 3 ranks. There's the Minuteman normal soldier, there's the Minuteman sniper, and there's the Minuteman sergeant. And they all have different weapons and different equipment. Not something that we can stand out. And I'm also going to make the power armor soldier. That's going to be a Minuteman heavy cavalry, and then there's going to be a Minuteman fire cavalry. The Minuteman fire cavalry is going to use a melee weapon. I haven't decided on which. And then the Minuteman power armor and a melee weapon, and then you have the Minuteman heavy, which is going to use a minigun and a power armor, because we get supplied power armor now by the Brotherhood of Steel. So you can write all of this down into the journal to make it feel more real. Another document is the Nordhagen Pact I talked about. But I'm not going to go through because there's so much shit in there that I just written and never deleted. So I'm gonna get to that. Here is a guard outpost. This goes into what I mean with that you can use inspiration and copy from others. This is a building I very literally found on this subreddit. The guy made it, and I thought it totally looked great. Just tweaked a little bit to what I wanted it to be, and I'm very happy with it. It's a guard post for not going in here. Also, like this bridge, for example, like I really want to use something with this bridge, and like, oh, this makes sense because there's a grope here, like a hole. Also, use wallboards and floors to create the path. Like here, this fence, for example, I put it up here. I rotated them to where I was happy, and I put them. So they look so good, in my opinion, like this entrance to everything. Also, this actually brings me up to something I actually want to take up. This is you can rotate things. You can rotate it and change their axis. So, for example, all these chairs here I put out and I rotated them, so it looks like, oh, they're just throwing lots of chairs down here, you know. For example, on the roof of the airplane, do you see that? Do you see that? Those are there was a hole in the hull. I put the metal roof there, and I rotated it so they blend in very seamlessly when you go. Like, you don't notice them unless you try to look for them and you know they're there. And also, like, this is what I mean with, like, Jenkins is okay. Like, look the way it's sticking through. You never noticed that before I brought it up. I promise you never noticed that before I brought it up, because again, it doesn't matter, because it's the feeling and the idea that you want to capture with it that matters. It's the feeling and the idea that matters. It doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to capture the feeling and the idea that you want to capture. And for me, there's like a warm entrance to a fishing community and beautiful. Use the airplane fuselage. So like this jank, you're never really gonna notice it unless I say it's there. So that's what I mean with jankiness is okay, because it's a feeling that you want to capture that matters. So let's get over to here. Here is the Minutemen area of settlement, Minutemen Brother of Steel. So this settlement is like 49% owned by the Minutemen and 51% owned by the settlers. So it's actually settler run. That's why it's just this little part here that's Minutemen. So I will start here because the way to get into this is through here. So here's the workshop with the power generator, a water population. So it's the small details that matter. Like for example, overclutter versus underclutter. A workshop, for example, is completely normal that it's overcluttered. It's completely fine to put a lot of clutter into a workshop because it is a workshop. It's supposed to be messy. They constantly work here. They do shit. Anyway, they have the power armor, like that someone is working on the power. It's completely fine to overclutter like a garage, for example. So overcluttering and undercluttering, you gotta also use it sparingly because, like as you'll see when you get to this part up here, there's this thing in settlement which is practicality versus decoration that you always have to find a balance of. And to this house up here is almost like it's an 80% practical thing. I didn't want to build something big there because the FPS is already quite low. Like at night and the rain, it's horrible. It's almost unplayable. So I just put up a prefab, and then it's my crafting area. There's crafting stuff in there, like the Minutemen and stuff, for example. Or up there, it's just my grill area and a bed. Like, yeah, but if you look at this place, it's completely like it's so much clutter in here, so much in there, there's so much in the room. Because some places it's completely fine to overclutter. In here I have a half-functional scrapping machine that I use. Which makes sense to have it here, but mods and such and this kind of not working. But this is how I get all of the shit, like the 700 cloth in here. Let's see, ballistic fiber 17, ballistic fiber. So this is just almost a functional thing more than a actual decoration thing. I am going to decorate it more in here when I get to it, but right now I'm not even happy with the machine and I'm going to rebuild it at some point. These are ammo refilling resource boxes from USO. They are really expensive to make. It costs 100 ammunition to make one, so this one costs 145, this one 145. And I had them a long time and they still haven't made a return. So this is something that we gotta make a decision made of. But I have lots of 45 ammo here and 308 also, because that's like kind of the ammunition the Minutemen use. Yeah. Here's ammunition we can hear. And in here you said overcluttered, but it's fine. This is the place I wanted to be overcluttered because this is not only made by the Minutemen, it's also made by the Brotherhood of Steel. It's the Brotherhood of Steel and the Minutemen selling their weapons to gain in money. Selling surplus ammunition and weapons. This is what it's made of. That's why it's the Brotherhood of Steel there. This is a co-joint operation between the Minutemen and Brotherhood of Steel. It's completely fine that it's overcluttered with shit and stuff like this. And let's get up to here, like, oh yes, I want to show this. This is what I mean with small details. There's a radio here, like, but behind it, it's a chair. So the guy has put this front here so you can chill behind there and go a little bit unnoticed. Very beautiful. I haven't done much up here because I'm not really sure what they'll actually do with this place up here. So it's kind of just a walking platform. It's nothing more. Because I don't know what to do with this, and like I said, I'm running a very fine line now with how much I can actually add to this place and still have it playable. In here we have the barracks, like I said, and this is what I mean with like overclutter and underclutter. I've cluttered with a lot of food because that makes sense. This is the chilling area with like food, but on that it's just a dresser. They make food here, they sleep, and there's a dresser. So, overclutter, underclutter. And it makes sense. It looks natural. And on here, this is how you actually get in here. It's through here. There's more things I'm gonna do, like I'm gonna make this auto close, for example, but here's a guy, he rotates by standing there and here, because he's only rotating guard, others are standing always. So you can make a little reports here, and
One that ends without an
weapons
empty
and
stomach.
stuff, in case needed. And, oh shit. Again, this house, I got the idea from this subreddit. It's completely just almost copied off. Like a little bit, like this part, but it's a complete copy from the subreddit. So just copy others and do your things. Like you're just adding to art. Essentially, you're just adding to art, or taking inspiration from art. I'm gonna just take a moment now to breathe, like I said. Feel my heart rate is racing, so I just take a minute to go through the script. Still just reading the script. Sorry for the silence. Plan out a settlement before you begin. Even like what I did with this place is I literally sketched it on a paper. I want the cafe there, the bunker there, the airplane fuselage has crashed over there and landed there, broken in two. The containers sit in the container wall. The whole thing built around the fish market, the fishing stuff down the plane. Like everything was kind of planned out before. I literally drew it up like a rough sketch of from above what I wanted. That's also something you can do to like make these great settlements. Just sketch out what you want roughly on a paper. Now here's what I mean with building my own platform. So this is the true level of the ground. It's there. It's not there. It's there, and it goes just downwards there. So what it is, again, is just farm plots, which this thing is built on, and this thing. And I put up these walls to hide the clippings, so you can't use on the other side to look through. And I put up like the tires there to make it look even nicer. And I used grass here on the farming plot to like make it overgrown, just like everywhere around here. So this is my negotiation area, or my place where I do negotiation. There's also Hancock here. The lore idea is that like this is the guy that runs the settlement when I'm gone. It's the guy working here, and for me that's Hancock. I was impressed by the way he ran Good Neighbor, and this was a place that both the Brothers of Steel and the Minutemen needed someone to run that really knew what they were doing, and yeah, I chose Hancock. So like in lore sense, it makes sense in my universe. He ran Good Neighbor well, he's gonna run this place well. This is the meeting area where negotiations happen. This is where I met with Ambassador Dance. I had worked with Paladin Dance before the Minutemen came, so through him we communicated with the Brothers of Steel, and he was the ambassador that was chosen by both the Minutemen and the Brothers of Steel to work with us to reach agreements. So this is where me and Ambassador Dance negotiated the Nordhagen Pact. Every bit of technology found is to be shared between the Minutemen and the Brothers of Steel. What the Brothers of Steel have from before, they do not have to share. Minutemen will provide the Brothers of Steel with soldiers when needed. They will provide them with food and water, which we have lots of. And they will provide us with heavy labor, equipment, and ammunition. So it's like this two-part. This really needed to feel perfect, and I feel like it did. Like this is where the negotiation happens. This is where I negotiated with Ambassador Dance, with the Minutemen, as a Minuteman general with the Brother Steel to create the Nordhagen Pact. Looks really nice. Like, I'm so happy with it. The way it looks, and also the blue everywhere, because I specifically wanted lots of blue because I mean it right. So blue Nuka Cola Quantum, blue Nuka Cola Quantum, blue Nuka Cola Quantum Light, a blue light, Nuka Cola Quantum there. It's really beautiful. This is again kind of practical. I don't have my poor armor here right now. Preston Garvey is using it, and I can't get him out of my poor armor, so I'm probably gonna have to make a new one. Fucking Preston stole it. But this is my weapon wall. This is what I mean practicality and resist decoration. This is actually practical. These are all weapons I use except these, which are kind of just filler. And also, like I said, mods I downloaded are try to be realistic. You see this on XM 2076, and the way it looks and holds, it looks like very much a part of this game without being overhand. This one doesn't though. This one, in my opinion, isn't kind of lore friendly, but I wanted an XM8 because XM8 itself looks like a Fallout weapon. It's really cool looking. And this was the best XM8 mod I could find, especially one that didn't require a reloading mod. So this is like literally a practical war. These are literally the weapons that I use and change between. Right now I'm using the Enfield, which I always have with me. The double barrel shotgun, which I always have mini. And then the NDR, this is a weapon by the way, really cool weapon mod. It's called the NDR, and I absolutely love the way it looks. It's obviously Sturmgewehr, just inspired, but it's not a Sturmgewehr. Exactly, like, it looks more like a Fallout weapon, and I really love the look of this. And the sound also is great. It's a custom sound, I think. And then we reload. It's really, I really like it. So yeah, these are some of the weapon mods I have. Also, you can see here, these are lore friendly in my opinion. The Aguila. The XM2076 is the light support weapon from Fallout 2. The survivalist rifle from the service rifle mod, I think. Yeah, all the mods I've chosen are to be fitting with the lore. Like also I have a weapon for the Soylent rifle, for example, which I also recommend all of you guys get, because that's the true weapon the Corsairs were supposed to have. It was cut from the game. And that weapon actually makes the Corsair so dangerous. In my save with the damage mod, I literally die in a second. I died literally like 50 times, no joke, 50 times. And I tried to do the Institute mission to destroy them, because the Corsairs would really kill me in a second and they were invisible. So it wasn't like I would immediately see them and blap them immediately. Like it was horrible. But again, that's what I want. I love just dying. I love it. I love fighting over and over again to get it. I want it to be hard. I use my office. This is actually accessible to the workbench workshop itself, and here's my terminal. Easy bench chairs. I also used Institute because we have salvaged like Institute shit, so like, we gotta use this. Which is why it's Institute here, because it looks nice. And then we go to the last part of what I've built of structures up here, and here we go into again what I mean, like practicality versus decoration. Like I need something that's can defend the settlement, because with the mods I have, they take so much damage. These turrets actually struggle to kill them. So I had to like put the missile turrets there, as well as the heavy enclave turrets. And like the enclave turrets, we are reverse engineering them and creating them ourselves. That's one of the things that we don't have to share with the Minutemen in the deal, because we did it, not them. We found enclave remnants, they haven't. So we have reverse engineered enclave turrets. The Brother of Steel doesn't. So that's like one of the things that we got in the universe that they don't. But like at Simunja, there's a crazy scientist that's working on reverse engineering stuff. So this place is like, all this is because they constantly require maintenance. They are back engineered, not perfect. So they constantly require maintenance. And this thing here, this is also, I mean, you can make it practical and a decoration at the same time, because sometimes I need to get up here to do shit up here, I jump up here, and I jump up here. And it makes sense that it's there. So you can also use practical things to make decorations to make your life easier. And again, like the antenna there, because like this is a communication hub for the Brother of Steel and the Minutemen, because of the huge signal amplifier we have via the mast. So this is just 80% practical. I put up some decorations, but it's really just for using these crafting stations. There's the armor smith, there's the armor workbench, the ammunition workbench, the weapon workbench, chemistry, and weaponsmith workbench. It's just for use. I have to have crafting here somewhere for when I am here and use it. So it's up here. This is where the Minutemen work on their shit, their armor. They come up here to repair their armor, clean their weapons, all that. And this is also something that I recommend that you do. Choose a crate that stands out and use it for your own storage. I use these Enclave crates because I immediately see them, they stand out, and I now know, because I wired my brain, that these are where I store my things. I only use these chests for when I like to store all my shit. That's also something that you should do as well. Just choose a chest and then use it over and over again just for your stuff. And you place it at every settlement you use so you can store shit. And it'll ingrain in your brain that this is where I store my shit. Right here I just have lots of ammunition. I have enough fusion cells, as you can see. That's 100,000 caps worth of fusion cells. And up here it's a food and grilling area, and here's my bed. It's again practical, like I have to sleep somewhere and store my shit somewhere. So that's here. Now I'm gonna sleep to the night, and I'm gonna go through it one more time at night, while I try to see if there's any things I've forgotten to try to remember things I've forgotten to take up. So yeah, perfect. It's raining. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. Oh, it crash. I think it crashed. No, it didn't. I was auto-saving. Okay, so I'm gonna go through at night to really capture the feeling. So I really love this place at night. The way it looks. Oh shit! I forgot something. I gotta show you guys right now. All of this clutter down here, I've also put out through rotations. This thing, this car just lodged into the sand. The tank that's just standing there. Best up all these barrels I put in here. All this airplane chairs that scattered along the beach, and also this. You see, here I used a brown kind of bush, where here I used grass. So the idea here is that salt water splashes on the grass, and it decays and destroys the grass. I really like that. And over here, I'm gonna show you what I mean with the farm pots. I believe there's a thing clipping through here. Yeah. So this is the farm pot itself. Under there, if you can see under there, it will clip through. So I used the walls to cover the clipping. So I essentially made a platform here for the thing to be built on. Now it's not perfect, as you can see here, but it's so hard to work right here because the settlement limit is literally going like a little bit inside here and then over here. So I can't really do much work there. Is there anything else I have been wanting to take up? Yeah, I was also thinking about making a video about, let me know if you want it, about different, basically ideas for your settlement. Making a video about ideas that you things that you can build in your own settlement. Like a boost distillery like I have here, I have a jail in the other one, just a storage area, you can make a hospital, you can make a workout room, make a fish or a meat market, a boxing arena, which I'm also going to make at one point. I'm going to make a video about going through basically stuff which you can make yourself. I love this entrance so much. It's just, oh, it's so beautiful. Look at it. Oh, it's just perfect. And There was one more thing. What was it? Oh shit, what's happening? Oh, this is perfect. Jesus. Oh, are they gonna make the run for it? Yeah, are they gonna make the run for it? Okay. Okay. Sometimes those raiders are. Oh, fucking hell! I just took the armor out. Sometimes there'd be such a huge amount of enemies coming that I actually have to help because the turrets will just get destroyed. Here's also a practical thing, a bell, in case you need it. It also looks well. You just blended it in. I don't know. Just soak it all in. It's, I think it's really beautiful. I'm so proud of this. Because I remember to leave the bar for tonight. It's like 2-3 AM, so it makes sense. I think that you also can do is try to use more like natural lights than like natural lighting from this, and also captures the whole feeling of Far Harbor, the fishing thing. And you can use the hanging lights, of course. I think the way it looks so nice because of its hands, lights and effects mod, which is why it looks so great. But yeah, thank you for watching. I think I have taken up everything from the list, every tip that I wrote down, everything. Yeah. So I'm gonna make a simple video next time. Again, it's not gonna be any editing because right now my PC is so bad that I actually can't even practice editing. It's an old i5 7600 that's close to like 10 years old next year maybe. And a GTX 1080 that's also 10 years old next year maybe. So I can't video edit. It's just not possible. The processor specifically is the problem both for FPS and video editing. So it's probably going to be another one of these where I just walk and talk and try to keep it on topic and don't be insane and be super fucking autistic like I am. And yeah. Also sorry for all the ums and the and the e and whatever because I'm so nervous when talking. I don't know what to say. I never don't make videos, and just putting my voice out there is really scary. Because I know how red it is. But yeah, this was the Nordhagen fish market. Let me know what you think, and thank you for watching. And if you actually finished the video, I don't know, try to say just say Dorito man funny. Just say Dorito man funny, okay? If you managed to watch it all, if you actually watched it all, and say Dorito man funny. Anyways, thank you for watching, and goodbye.